Let me start this video with an honest confession. A few years ago, I personally lost 850,000 pesos in an investment scam in the Philippines. And the crazy part is, even as someone working in finance, I still invested in it. And the person running that investment looked very legitimate. He had social media, he had a website, he was even interviewed by well-known news personalities. That's how convincing it looked. And that experience taught me something very important about how scams actually work. Every few months, may bagong investment scam. Different name, different Facebook group, different mentor, but the ending is always the same. People lose money, families fight, and someone disappears. Over the last 20 years, Filipinos have lost more than 80 billion pesos to investment scams.
Investment scam.
Investment scam.
Investment scams.
Investment scam.
Scam pa lang inaalok niya.
No! 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 And honestly, that number is probably much higher because many victims never report it. They feel embarrassed or they simply want to move on. So today, I want to talk about why this keeps happening. Not to judge anyone, but so we can protect ourselves and our families. In this video, I'll show you 3 things. First, why even smart Filipinos fall for scams. Second, why OFWs are often targeted. And third, a simple way to evaluate investments so you can avoid most traps out there. But before that, let me tell you the story of how I lost that 850,000 pesos. Back in 2022, I was introduced to an investment opportunity in the Philippines. The concept sounded very simple. You buy a piglet for 5,000 pesos, and after 3 months, you sell it for 8,000 pesos. That's a 60% return in just 3 months, which basically means about 20% per month. Now remember, I've spent most of my life living and working in Singapore, so I actually had never invested in the Philippines before. This was my first investment there. And honestly, everything about the opportunity looked legitimate. There was an online portal where you could log in and track your pigs. There were videos of pig farms. The owner was very active on social media. And like I mentioned earlier, he was even interviewed by well-known news personalities. There was also a group chat for investors. Inside that group chat were people from all walks of life. OFWs, business owners, professionals, people who looked responsible, people who looked successful. Everyone believed the business was real. Now, to be honest with you, as someone who works in finance, I already knew that the returns looked too good to be true. But I'm also someone who believes in testing opportunities. So I decided to try it. But I followed one rule.
Here I come.
I only invested money that I was prepared to lose. At first, everything seemed normal. The portal worked, updates were posted, people in the group chat were sharing payouts. It looked like a real business. Over time, my investment grew, and eventually my total exposure reached about 850,000 pesos. Then one day, the portal stopped working. People in the group chat started asking, "May problema po ba sa portal? Di po ako makapag-withdraw. What's happening?" At first, everybody stayed hopeful. People thought maybe it was just a technical problem. But weeks later, the truth came out. The Philippine SEC officially labeled the operation a scam. A scam. A scam.
Una nang naghain ng cease and desist order ang Security and Exchange Commission laban sa
And the group chat completely changed. I saw people there who had invested their entire life savings. Money meant for retirement. Money meant for family. Some investors were so desperate that they even reported the case to Tulfo, hoping something could be done. And just like that, the money was gone.
Oh, no.
That experience taught me something very important. Investment scams don't succeed because people are stupid. They succeed because they look legitimate. They have websites, they have social media, they have testimonials, they have videos. Sometimes they even have interviews with well-known personalities. Which brings me to something a little uncomfortable. If credibility is based only on appearances, even someone like me could look like a scammer because I also have a social media. I've been on podcasts, I have a website, but those things don't prove an investment is real. The real question is always this: does the investment actually make sense? Now, before we talk about how to evaluate investments, there's something else we need to understand. Why are OFWs often targeted by scams? Let me talk about something many OFWs understand, but not many people talk about. When you work abroad, there is something called the padala pressure. Every month, people back home are expecting something. Parents, children, siblings, sometimes even relatives. You're not just working for yourself. You're working for an entire family ecosystem. And over time, that pressure builds up because sending money home is not enough. You also start asking yourself, how do I make my sacrifice worth it? How do I grow my money faster? How do I come home someday with something to show for all these years abroad? And that's where many people become vulnerable. Not because of greed, but because of pressure. After studying many scams over the years, I noticed one pattern. Most scams succeed because they trigger three powerful emotions. First, opportunity. Second, community. And third, urgency. If you combine opportunity, community, and urgency, you create the perfect psychological trap. So how do we protect ourselves? After my experience with that pig investment, I created a simple filter before investing in anything. I call it the reality test. There are three things I now check. First, economic reality. Where does the money actually come from? Real investments generate income from real economic activity, businesses, real estate, markets. Second, time reality. Real wealth takes time. If someone promises extremely high returns in a very short period of time, ask yourself this: if this opportunity is real, why isn't every bank doing it already? Third, transparency reality. Real investments can be explained clearly. If the explanation sounds like a secret strategy, magic, or an exclusive opportunity, that's usually a red flag.
What?
Look, if you've ever been tempted by investments like this, hindi ka nag-iisa. Many smart people have been in the same situation. The real problem is most Filipinos were never taught how to evaluate investments. Real investing is actually boring. It's slow, it's disciplined, but over time, it works. So the next time someone offers you an investment opportunity, pause. Run the reality test. Because at the end of the day, you worked too hard abroad to lose your money to someone else's scheme. And if you want more videos like this about protecting your finances and understanding how investing really works, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.